Hey guys, me back with you again, Randy Barton, as we're getting ready for the challenge groups, about ready to come in just a few days. Can't believe it's already here. Today we're going to be talking about something. Talk about nutrition. You got your program, head nutrition guide. For sake of example, again, I'm using P90X2's nutrition guide for today. As you look through your nutrition guide, you're going to find a lot of great things. One of my favorite sections is in the back. It's just simply the recipes, because all these recipes are going to be incredibly healthy. If you look in the front and other areas, you're going to see which recipes are for where and when and all these things of that nature, because different parts of your program may have different phases of what you eat. Some do, some don't. Get familiar with the nutrition guide. You'll find out what your program has for you. Just yesterday, I was speaking with a lady that became very convicted, felt very guilty after looking through a nutrition guide because she realized that she was not eating all so healthy. Nutrition is 80% of the success of your challenge group. It's going to be 80% of the success of your program if you're in a challenge group or not. I've told people, paying customers before, that I would make money off of, don't buy the program if you're only going to do the workouts. It's only a 20% return and it's not worth it. But if you do the nutrition as well, 100% gain, and that's what you want. As we put the two together of nutrition and fitness, make sure you are looking through here and learning the principles of this. I say learning the principles because I don't think anyone expects that you're going to follow everything to an exact T of eating this day and that day and this for that meal and everything of it. Maybe you're incredibly disciplined and you have a lot of money to buy some foods that could be expensive in here, and if that's you, go for it. Let me know how it goes for you as well. But for me, I live in real world where I have to take the principles of things and apply them to my life. My life is not a cookie cutter life like everyone else, and I've got to take what works and apply it. So let me give you some simple principles that you can use as you go through your nutrition guide and you go through your challenge group. I'm going to give you three basic things today. The first principle is going to be this. You've got to know your calorie count. It goes down to the age-old headache of getting nutritious or getting healthy, of knowing how many calories you're putting in your body. Understand this. A calorie is not a measurement of fat. It's not anything that you can put into a physical, tangible size measurement. It's simply actually an energy measurement. And you've got to have more energy going out than what you put in to lose weight. Because if you bring in more than what you put out, it then gets stored as fat. And nobody likes it when we store fat. So we've got to know our calorie count. But it's not going to be as hard as you think, because through means of the internet, there's some incredibly easy tools to track how many calories we're bringing in. But first step in calorie count is to know how many calories you should be eating. That 2,000 calorie standard is absolute hogwash, I tell you. Because myself, standing 6 feet tall, 190 pounds currently, if I wanted to lose weight, which is probably your goal going through this challenge group, I'd be eating 1,800 calories. So I'm a relatively big guy, full-grown man, and I shouldn't even be eating 2,000 calories. But most of the time, you know what I hear? People don't say, oh, I should have 2,000 calories. They're always like shooting for more. My wife, which I won't tell you her weight and her height, but she's only to be having 1,300 to 1,500 calories a day, but the average American is saying, oh, I can have 2,000 calories because the back of the box said that I can. No wonder we keep shooting up in our weight, in our unhealthy lifestyle. So here's what you're going to do. Yesterday, we showed you about the Team BeachBody account, how to go to, remember, we'll review it here, Eat Smart, nutrition tools, and then caloric needs was over. It was the one on your far right side of the three nutrition tools that were in there. You're going to put in your information. It's going to tell you how many calories to eat to reach your goals. Once you've got your calories done, you're going to go to another magic website. Write this down, log into this website, myfitnesspal.com. The absolute easiest, most thorough calorie counter I've ever seen. It's not just online, but it's also through your smartphone. It's both on the Apple market and the Android market. You can get the app that constantly syncs with each other, and it tells you how many calories to eat, and then it starts counting it down as you track, and you tell it what you've eaten and how many servings of this and that, and it's got a huge database, so you don't constantly have to be looking at the back of your labels. It's already in there. That's actually going to be tomorrow's video, is how to use MyFitnessPal, because it's going to be key for you keeping your nutrition on track. So that's our first tip. We're going to do 3. That's number 1. Count your calories. Know where you are in your calorie count. Tip number 2. Tip number 2 is live off of a menu. Tip number 2 is live off of a menu. If you're going to be eating, live off of a menu. Literally, on Monday mornings, I sit down with a piece of paper before I get my shopping list, and I write down every meal that I'm going to eat. Now, some I've gotten to know automatic. Every day. For breakfast, I have something egg-related. And eggs are great because you can have them boiled, you can have them scrambled, you can have them fried, you can have all these different things that you can do with eggs. Every day for lunch, I have Shakeology. Every supper, I have it written down on that piece of paper of what I'm going to have throughout that week. And every day before I go to bed, I have orange stuff. You don't know what orange stuff is? Hold on, we're going to cover that when we go through the challenge group. And periodically, I'll be throwing out delicious recipes for you to try. Or you can just go to Extreme Faith and Fitness and .com and find it there as well. But I have orange stuff. That is my menu. I know every day what I'm going to have. On Monday, I can tell you what I'm going to eat the very rest of the week. And that's going to be essential for you as well. Because that means I have my cupboard stocked with what I'm going to eat. I'm not going to be scrounging around saying, oh, what am I going to eat? And then I find a bag of potato chips and just start munching them down. I don't go and grab a bag or a box of graham crackers and down the whole thing. I know what I'm going to eat. In fact, maybe it'll help you on this note is to, when you're in your cupboards, clear out a cupboard that's just your food. Just your food. You say, that's so selfish. I can't dedicate one set of cupboards just for me. Sure you can. It's okay to tell your family, this cupboard is mine. We do the same thing at school with a locker. This locker is mine. It's my stuff. Stay out. My family knows that there are some snacks in the house that are just mine. If they would like to venture into a crazy healthy lifestyle like we're getting into, then they can begin eating out of my cupboard as well. And we'll expand my cupboard. It'll then be our cupboard. But it's okay, especially during this time. In fact, it may be very important for you to stick to your menu, to tell your spouse or someone that's really close to you, honey, I know this is going to be hard to take and I might snap your head off at the time that you have to do it, but if you see me eating junk, can you please tell me to put the fork down? Can you please tell me that shouldn't be on my plate? I know that it may be difficult in the heat of the moment, and you're going to want to reach over and stab them with that fork, but it's going to be essential as well for you to get through these 90 days with that 100% results. So that's the second thing. Have a menu. First thing, count your calories. Use tools that are out there. Second thing, make a menu. You may even have a cupboard that just houses the things in that menu. You may be eating completely different than the rest of your family. I do that every day. It's okay. It can become normal. And then the third thing is going to be this, the white rule. The white rule is going to be a really good thing to live by. The white rule says this: if it's white, don't eat it. This isn't anything racial, just if it's white, don't eat it. One exception is meats. Meat. You can eat white meat, fish, chicken, those things are cool. If you want to have ground turkey, good for you. But if it's white, don't eat it. And think about it. You start to refine stuff, you start to refine things. What do you normally come up with? White grain, Pop-Tarts, potatoes. Even for the sake of this group, don't even be eating red potatoes, which is a little different molecular makeup of them. All these things, French fries. I mean, you just start going down the whole list. If it's white, do not eat it. Sour cream, ice cream. That also includes chocolate ice cream. I know it's not white. But I mean, you just start going down the list and you start to realize, wow, most processed foods turn out like white. So don't be eating it. Going through there, why is it? Because most white foods are very simple, starchy carbs. In fact, when you look at the back of the box, sugar is going to be your worst carbs. If it has over 5 grams of sugar for this challenge group, put it back. Do not eat it. All right? Simple things are going to change your life. Remember the white rule. Remember this one as well. We're going to throw in a fourth bonus rule. Yeah! All right, fourth bonus tip is this. When you sit down, you should have at least 3 colors on your plate. At least 3 colors on your plate, not just simply tan. We can get like tan just about out of anything. And you look at your plate, if it doesn't have 3 colors on it, Tony Horton says you should be eating in Technicolor. Good tip, Tony. But that's going to ensure that you have vegetables, nice leafy stuff, something besides just bland tan sitting on your plate. It kind of goes along with the color rule, but the no white rule thing. So it's going to ensure that you have more colors. So let's look at these again, and we're going to be done. All right, count your calories, eat off of a menu, white rule, and eat in Technicolor. 4 things going to change your nutrition. Make sure you're following it through and stick with us tomorrow because we are going to learn how to use MyFitnessPal. It's not going to be an exhaustive tutorial, but it's going to give you the ins and outs so you can start tracking your fitness. Randy Barton for Extreme Faith and Fitness. Going to see you next time in the next 90 days in our challenge group. Going to see far less of you 90 days from now than we do today. Oh no, we'll still be in contact just as much. There's just going to be less of you to see. Randy Barton, going to see you then.